Welcome to the Sports Hangover. I'm Michael Benatar, joined alongside J-Dog.
Mike, it is extra good to see you today. The weather is great in the Northeast. Our seasonal depression is wrapping up, and people are so happy to be outside right now.
I could tell it was a nice day because you pushed the time of recording a little later than normal. So I realized Jeremy's got to get out. He's got to get that sun, got to get seasonal depression erased from his memory, and just be ready for another winter storm coming soon, I'm sure.
I'm sure it is coming this weekend. I'm going to Florida to get out of it. But it's amazing how the weather changed and the time change happened at the same time. We can debate for our whole show if you want the merits of the time change. We're not going to do that here, but
cancel time change.
You want to cancel everything. I like this move. I mean, this is so great. To have sunset at 7:30 p.m., Mike, this is amazing.
I would rather be brighter in the morning, and we still would get it in the afternoon, right? We'd still get that.
What hours of the morning? We're getting off topic here. What hours of the morning do you need it to be bright?
I love a sunny day at 6 a.m.
At 6? Okay. We're not participating in that. A lot of people are not participating in that hour of the day.
It's a great time of day. It's quiet out. The sun's coming up. You're walking for coffee. Feels good. The sun's hitting you as you warm up because it's a little chilly out here in the morning out in LA. It's a great time for the sun.
6 a.m. I like my 6 p.m. sun. It hasn't been a light past 6 p.m. in many months, so it's great. It's great.
I feel like Arizona is doing it right. Not just saying we're not changing at all. Doesn't matter.
They don't change.
You're 2
hours. A lot of folks are
hour.
debating. I think Congress was supposed to vote on it at some point, but I don't know what they're really up to in D.C. these days.
I don't know. I don't know what's going on. We got a lot of moves, though. We got to talk about all the moves.
We do.
You're excited. I do want to start off with probably the worst move ever. And
I like that. I got some bad moves here, too.
This will be the worst move.
Okay.
Jeremy, imagine a team drafts you first overall. It's terrible. You have a bad relationship with the QB. Things go bad. You ship him off. He goes to another team. Maybe ends up with the Seahawks for a little bit. Ends up with the Raiders for a little bit. And then full circle, your number one draft pick comes back to the Jets as he's about to retire, can no longer play. He is the starting quarterback for the New York Jets.
Sleepy Gino is in control of the New York Jets offense. It's supposed to be the best city in the world, the mecca, the energy, the fan base that never lets you sleep. Sleepy Gino will be sleeping in the city that never sleeps because that's what he does. All his games are going to be early at 1 o'clock because the Jets will never play in prime time. This is the clearest form of tanking I've ever seen a team do on March 10th of a season.
So listen, we know Gino has like some abilities in there, maybe, we think. We don't know if they're left.
Maybe.
But it's a weird move. Then they're also thinking about getting Carson Wentz as the backup over there for the Jets.
Okay, another clear move at tanking. Do you see what's happening with the Jets?
It's just sad when it's like, didn't they have all these first round picks? What are they doing? Don't they have like a bunch of first rounds?
Yes, a bunch of first rounders coming up and in the future, which is bad because there might be good quarterbacks available next year. This year's draft, which we're going to get into not today, but in the future before the draft on April 24th, we're going to break all that down. It's not a good quarterback draft. The Jets are clearly loading up for future drafts, not even this one. There's no quarterback for them to take. They have 2 first-round picks this year, 3 first-round picks next year. I saw the Gino Smith news, and I was like, wow, they're paying Gino Smith similar amount to what the Dolphins are paying Malik Willis. There's clearly someone who you'd rather have there, and it's not Gino Smith. Jeremy,
we were talking about Tom Brady last week. I take it all back. He convinced the Jets to take Gino back. That's what he did. He traded Gino. He made Gino an asset that people wanted. Well, maybe one person, the Jets general manager, wanted him. That is the most insane thing I've ever seen. I thought Gino easily would retire. How would he not? How would that? I don't get it. I do not get it at all.
He got benched for Aiden O'Connell and Kenny Pickett last year. You went to see Gino play. Gino couldn't get through the whole game, and small hands Kenny Pickett came into the game and probably played even better. I woke up on free agency morning, Christmas morning for NFL fans, Monday, March 9th, and I saw a report that Gino Smith was down to the Jets and the Dolphins. And I spit out my coffee on Monday morning, and I was like, I can't do this. I can't do this with Gino. But for him to end up on the Jets and for me to end up with Malik Willis, I've already won free agency. I've already won the offseason. I've come so far from last week's show, Mike.
Now, listen, Jeremy, last week you were mentioning, you're like, you don't want Malik, short sample size. This is not what you wanted. You got
So,
him. Now, was he rehabilitated? Was this man, because this man was in Tennessee and he did not perform well. We saw him on Green Bay and we thought, man, this guy should be the starter over Love. Do you really think this is going to carry over? Because it wasn't like a Sam Darnold thing where he kind of took over and was the starter for the year. It was just like a sub. You come in, sometimes you perform well and you're excited.
small sample size for sure. Big sample size in Tennessee, not good there. Small sample size
Not
in
good
Green Bay after he was rehabilitated, as you said. But it's all about perspective. And so waking up and thinking Gino Smith is going to be my quarterback versus Quinn Ewers in training camp, thinking I need to make plans on every Sunday all fall because I can't watch football. And then going into now I have a serviceable guy who some Packers fans wanted to start over Jordan Love in the playoff game against the Bears, which Jordan Love lost. Maybe they were justified in that. The guy who I don't know if you remember this, me and you went to an LA Kings game in December.
Yeah.
That night during the game, Malik Willis played against the Ravens and scored like 40 points for the Packers to win that game in a huge game. The Green Bay GM is now, or the assistant GM is now the Dolphins GM. The former Green Bay defensive coordinator who saw Malik Willis in practice every day is now the Dolphins head coach.
Okay.
These guys clearly believed in him. They can get out after 2 years. It's a 2-year, $45 million deal. $20 million a year for a quarterback? That's not crazy. Sam Darnold's making $33 million a year, and that's considered a budget quarterback these days. I'm okay with the price. I'm okay with the excitement factor of being able to watch on Sundays. And one more point for you. This one made last night. Malik Willis might be the best rushing quarterback in the NFL right now. Tell me who's a better rushing quarterback than Malik Willis.
Listen, I don't know. I mean, you could say Lamar.
He doesn't run anymore. Jalen Hurts doesn't run
much
anymore. So it could be Willis.
Listen, for your team, this is a great deal because you have $99 million cap hit against a guy that really sad goodbye note to Tua on Instagram, like 4-time captain of the team or something. Just like no stats were good for him. Atlanta
There's
took
that
him.
one game against the Broncos. They scored 70 points one time.
Sure, there was one time. But yeah, it's good for you guys. Good for the Dolphins. Good for what you need this year because of the cap hit that Tua has put on you, the burden of Tua for the next 2 years, which kind of sucks.
It kind of sucks. We'll get to Tua. Think about this. The best rushing quarterback in the NFL, Devon Achane, one of the most explosive running backs in the NFL. Jalen Waddle, he might play 4 games a year, but when he's out there, he's going to run fast. I think the Dolphins offense might be a top 15 offense next year. 15?
Okay.
Baby steps.
Like Super Bowl kind of odds, like a Sam Darnold coming in, fixing the team.
Like that.
No,
we are broken. The cap hit is a real thing. I mean, that has to happen. There's 50. By the way, the Malik Willis deal is structured so unbelievably. And the NFL has a major salary cap problem where it's not a real thing. It's like a make-believe thing. Malik Willis is a $1 million cap hit both the years he's guaranteed.
How's that work?
And it's a $21 million signing bonus each year that is not against your cap.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. And it doesn't go over like the budget. Don't you have like a budget every year? And then if you go over, is there
the owner can spend what he wants on like signing bonuses apparently. And so he's just rich and he's going to write the check up front like he did for Tua and he did for Willis. And I feel like we're in a good spot. What do we make of Tua?
Well, I can't believe the Falcons signed him. So it's a fully left-handed quarterback room, right? So we have I don't even know his name. Why can't I think of his name? Michael Penix, 2 lefties in the room. I don't know how this is going to go. I think Tua's got something left in him, but it's just like, how long can he survive as a quarterback if he gets hit again? That's the question. Penix, did it work out for them? Like Kirk Cousins is on the move somewhere. Maybe he's going to be a Steeler at some point. Really sad for the Steelers these days.
Yeah. See, it could be worse than the Dolphins.
It could be worse. The move to me is kind of like doesn't matter. It's middle of the road. I don't think it really matters to the Falcons. I think they still want to ride with Penix. I think Tua's going to be a backup. He's also really cheap, right? Veteran minimum, whatever, is like $1 million.
Yeah, the Dolphins are paying $50 million, so the Falcons only have to pay $1 million.
Yeah.
Tua's making a lot of money this year to keep playing football. I'm kind of amazed he's still in the NFL. I thought maybe just walk away, take the $100 million and leave. But no, he's going to Atlanta. I think there's 2 good things about him going to the Falcons, and everything else makes no sense. One, you nailed it. Left-handed quarterback. You can optimize your offensive line, the whole playbook. Think about when you have a right-handed quarterback and a lefty backup or vice versa. if the quarterback gets hurt, some of the plays go away because it doesn't work as well. The protection doesn't slide.
Does it really, though? Like, I really don't
so.
know if it matters that much. Like, maybe he favors one side more. Like, a righty will probably favor his right side a lot more than a lefty. But
Blindside pressure versus pressure you can feel, how your offensive line is stacked up.
But those guys are always going to block. It's just like, we have to block the quarterback. It doesn't matter what side. Like, they probably don't even know what side arm he throws on. Like, I don't think it really matters. But yeah, I guess it makes sense. Like, we're both lefties. We can hand off the ball, whatever.
I think it's like the best reason that he went there. So if it doesn't matter, then there's no good reason. The other thing is it's in Atlanta, and you know how he plays in poor weather. And so he went from Miami, warm weather, to a dome in Atlanta. He plays the Saints a lot in that division. They're also in a dome when you start looking around. Panthers and Bucks are not cold weather places. So it is an environment where maybe he can succeed in that optimal environment. I don't know it's going to work. I don't know that he's better than Penix. I'm a little bit hurt on the idea that we're taking the $99 million cap hit and the guy signed on day one of free agency like he was in demand, which doesn't make a lot of sense.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy. I know we're going to go over a bunch of moves, but did any move in this trade deadline, not trade, just like, it feels like nothing really mattered in all this. Like, does anything actually move the needle for anybody here? Like, that's what, because obviously the Jets getting Gino Smith does not move the needle for me. Do any teams move up in your rankings of like, hey, this might be a shot that they can actually get the Super Bowl?
Let's start with teams moving down the rankings. I got two of them for you.
All right,
two teams that had bad starts to free agency. Free agency hasn't actually officially started, but everything is leaking like crazy, so it's out there. One team that's had a bad start to free agency, the Indianapolis Colts. They overpaid this character, Alec Pierce, 4 years, $126 million. I think he's had like 3 good games in his whole career. In college, he had 0 good games. He's not a number 1 receiver. They're paying him like a number 1 receiver. And Danny Dimes is not even the type of quarterback that can get him the ball consistently. Alec Pierce has these crazy stats. The 4-year guaranteed $126 million is so bad, it's going to weigh down their offense for years to come.
Where did Michael Pittman go? I'm trying to look on my list here. Didn't he?
He went to the Steelers, which was another thing. The Colts had to give up on Pittman because they couldn't afford both guys.
I know. So now it's kind of like, Danny Dimes wants $150 million. He doesn't want $100 million. He doesn't want the Sam Darnold deal. He wants more than that.
Danny Dimes, I believe, is being not franchise tagged. What's the transition tagged? Right?
Transitional tag.
Where a team can match that number of like $30 million a year. But honestly, Mike, who's going to pay Daniel Jones $30 million?
He did great for the team. I understand when you all of a sudden lose a wide receiver and then you got one left and you're like, well, he's pretty good. I guess we got to sign him. And it's kind of like, we just got to give him the money, and they just do it. But I do think the Raiders overall have spent a ton of money in free agency, and I don't think it moved the needle that much. Unless
who do they get? Do you know anyone they got?
What else? Raiders, they signed offensive linebacker Quay Walker. Hold on. I got a whole bunch of lists here. Raiders signed a kicker. What else?
They signed Tyler Linderbaum, the center. He was the Ravens center. He was blocking for Derrick Henry for many years. He should make Ashton Gentry more relevant in fantasy football.
But I just wonder, you get rid of, so obviously the Ravens, they got Max Crosby. I don't think Lamar's moving now. So that we can kind of
you squashed our headlines from last week. Good thing we talked about it before it's over.
Yeah, good thing. A lot of people are saying he had a no trade clause in our comments. So shout out to all those people that were really irritated with our
who doesn't want to go play for Tom Brady in Las Vegas? Okay, commenters, get down below on our TikTok, get down below on our Instagram, The Sports Hangover, and tell us what you really think of our comments.
I just wonder, by the way, email us at the Sports Hangover Podcast at Gmail if you have any. Get to the hotline. We'll
I think it's just the Sports Hangover at Gmail, right?
No, it's the Sports Hangover Podcast at Gmail.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Yeah. We could also get like an official thesportshangover.com email, but we're waiting on all that. Okay. We can have that, but it's Sports Hangover Podcast at Gmail.
But yes, please participate. You're ripping the Raiders off season. Why is this?
Because they spent they spent the most money. I saw a stat. I think they spent the most money, like $200 million in the first 48 hours. And
we don't even know who they acquired. Like, anyone outside of Linderbaum, I don't even know these people. No. Quay Walker's a decent linebacker. Probably shouldn't be getting that much. But they stole the Ravens center. And if you're drafting a rookie quarterback like Mendoza, number 1 overall, and you have a young running back like Gentry, you could argue the center position is one of the most important. So I do understand overpaying there.
But it's like you had Max Crosby, who I feel like actually moves the needle on defense. You could have paid him a little more money, but instead they trade him away. They get two first round picks. Do you just keep him? Like, I don't know. Sometimes it's like, is he actually upset? Does he want to be there? Is he mad at Tom Brady? Does he not like Alex Guerrero or whatever? Like, what are the issues when you have a guy like that, like these actual playmakers? And then obviously, I don't know. It just confuses me sometimes as a GM. Obviously I'm playing Madden and NCAA. I know how to move guys. I know what's
Of
going
course,
on
you
here.
know what guys are worth. No one knows
Yeah.
better than you.
Come on. It's
What
just
I'll
a
say
weird time.
about the Ravens acquiring Max Crosby, you said moves we didn't like. The Colts are one. They went backwards. They're not making the playoffs this year. I don't know if the Ravens got better with the Max Crosby trade because they gave up 2 first-round picks, including one at 14th overall. They haven't picked as high as 14th overall in something like over 12 years because they're always up there in contention in the playoffs. I thought the price was too steep. I know he's a difference maker. He's old. I think the Ravens overpaid.
Do you think that, like, what is the actual hit rate? Like, I feel like if you're drafting in the top 5, it's very slim these guys pan out to be something good. Like, here we go. We see Gino Smith, first round overall pick. They got shipped away out of the team. But
He's been around a while at least.
he has been around a while. But is there like, are like the 20th to 32nd pick, is that a better place to be for first round? Or is it better to just go second round? Because then it's like, well, we can find value here. There's guys that are a little cheaper. Like, I feel like, does the first round really like matter? Because the Rams have traded away their first round pick every year for the last 7 years or something.
Yeah,
they've
they
done
did it
pretty
again
well.
recently. Yeah,
Yeah.
got a starting corner out of it. Are you saying it might be better to pick outside the top 20 than inside the top 20?
Yes, that's what I'm saying. But minus the first, it seems like there's a lot of pressure on the first, like, say 3 picks, right?
Yeah.
When there's like a good
Like you better be
quarterback.
generational changing talent at that.
Yeah. So is Mendoza that guy that's going to come in and change the generation? Or do you find a Brock Purdy in the last round or a Tom Brady in the whatever 5th round or Russell Wilson in the 3rd round? That's what I'm saying. Like, it seems like there might be gems later on if you're actually hunting for them in the first round. Like, who sets these overvalue, overhype? I know all these guys are not watching every single college football game. It's just all press and media. The better press team you have in college, the better position you'll go in football. And I just don't think it really matters in the first round, I guess. That's what I'm saying.
It's an interesting argument. I would say the NFL talent evaluators can always do a better job of drafting guys who deserve to be drafted where they're at. And so I would always rather have the higher pick and trust my talent evaluators to get it right in the first round instead of waiting later when these types of guys might be available. They're kind of shots in the dark. For every Russell Wilson, there's 20 or 30 guys just like him who we never heard of again.
Where did you draft Tua?
5th overall.
5th overall.
Too high, right?
Too high. Well, he was also
Too
but
high.
you had a shot at taking Herbert over Tua?
And he went 6th. And Jamar Chase went 4th. It was like really close. Really good draft. We just screwed it all up.
And he was coming off an injury too, right? It was like, oh, well, he's injured, but he's back. He's okay.
Yeah. And we tanked that year. We tanked for Tua, except we won too many games. We finished with a 5th overall pick. Tua got hurt, so we both slid back, us and Tua, where if we just tanked properly, Joe Burrow was sitting there the whole time. He's pretty decent. He's also playing blackjack with Monica Alba in Las Vegas. Did you hear about this?
With Jessica Alba,
Jessica Alba, yeah.
Just living his life out there right now.
Yeah,
which is
Joe
great.
Burrow.
I love his offseason.
Maybe he should end up on the Raiders. Maybe the Bengals should trade him for number 1 overall pick or Lamar Jackson trade. Just spin it around to the Bengals.
We got to look into his contract because if this man gets beat up again if he gets injured like he always does in September or training camp, if he gets injured again, this man is gone from Cincinnati. There's no way he's staying.
Yeah. And look at the Raiders building the offensive line. Could be perfect for him. Protect that man. I just think the Ravens gave up too much for an old man of Max Crosby. I thought that those were the 2 losers so far, the Ravens and the Colts for me.
Are the Seahawks losers for letting Kenneth Walker walk away to the Chiefs?
No, I gave you a great analogy last week. If Michael Benatar was the running back on the Seahawks in the whole playoffs last season, the Seahawks still would have won the Super Bowl. Kenneth Walker was the Super Bowl MVP, and he didn't make that much of an impact because running back doesn't. I'm sad about the Chiefs adding him, and I'm sad because the glory days of the Chiefs offense, Patrick Mahomes, dropping back, scanning for Tyreek, scanning for all these guys, those days are over. They just want to run the ball up the middle and be boring like everyone else now.
Well, I'm going to say this. Did you see the clip of the GM of the Seahawks at the parade talking about how Kenneth Walker came up to him when he was really drunk and trying to negotiate his contract. Kenneth Walker
No, I didn't.
wanted
I
Kenneth
didn't hear
Walker
that.
wanted to stay there. It is the most awkward thing. Go look it up right now. Pause this podcast. Go look up Kenneth Walker trying to negotiate with the drunk GM of Seattle. And it's very awkward. He says, like, hey, try to negotiate with me. And yeah, and he kind of kept going on. He was pretty much wasted. Kenneth Walker wanted to be in Seattle. He wanted to stay there. I do not think Kenneth Walker will be good on the Chiefs. I think Kenneth Walker was always a guy that was just good enough for the Seahawks. He was never he was the guy that came after Marshawn Lynch. And I was never like, oh, Kenneth Walker's our guy. I mean, I liked him, but he was never like beast mode. He never took it to that next level. So I don't know if he's going to be that great for the Chiefs. And they paid him. He got paid. He's Super Bowl MVP. But it does kind of suck when you get shipped away, not even signed. I mean, I guess not shipped away, just like close the door on you and you're out of here.
It sounds like he was willing to take a discount, and the GM was like, "Nah, we're good here. We got Charbonnet. We're all set," which is a crazy part. I don't know if Kenneth Walker will be bad on the Chiefs just because their offense is generally decent. He's going to get a lot of goal line carries. His stats at the end of the year might look good. I just don't think, again, like you said, he's not a big difference maker for them.
Well, yeah, it's just going to be, and I mean, the Chiefs also re-signed Travis Kelce, so he's got one more year, not retiring. I think that man should have retired. No, he should have retired. That's it.
He looked bad last year.
Yeah, he can't run, can't do anything.
He can't catch anymore.
He's got to go. What else? I got a few others. What about Mike Evans to the 49ers?
That was fascinating. I never saw Mike Evans leaving Tampa, and for him to leave Tampa tells me there's something wrong in the Bucs locker room. There's a cockroach infestation, and he doesn't want to be a part of it, whether it's coming from Baker or Todd Bowles. What?
I think the big issue is they signed Ibuka, and I think Ibuka is the next guy up with Godwin, and I think that's kind of their 1 and 2 now.
Godwin doesn't have a meniscus. You can't count Godwin. Ibuka, there's room for Ibuka and Evans. They draft Ibuka. Evans is a veteran. Help him come along the way. Evans was like, no, for whatever reason.
But I think, like, Mike, it's almost like when you know this is it, and the team already knows your capabilities, you got to go somewhere else to go get that last bankroll, right? So he's going to get $42 million.
Oh, my God. Mike Evans needs more money. He must have made over $150 million in his career.
How old is Mike Evans? Like 32 or something?
He's like almost our age. He's been around almost as long as a sports hangover. Do a quick check. He's approaching us. Not quite, but he's probably 33.
32, 1993.
Well, yeah, so he's probably going to be 33 when the season starts next
year. So I guess it's like you got to do it. Like all these guys, like Max Crosby is still going to be getting paid over there. Kenneth Walker got $45 million.
That's insane.
But yeah, and the last year or 2 years ago, I felt like the RB market was like, no, we don't want any running backs. Like, we're not going to sign anybody over $10 million a year. Like, don't even.
They had the running back Zoom meetings in the offseason. They were all having crisis counseling together, and Kenneth Walker emerged with $45 million. That makes no sense.
You get the MVP. You get money. That's it. You just got to get the MVP of the Super Bowl.
But we don't have to overpay people. Like, I want to see the teams who are not spending money so far in free agency. Those are the ones winning free agency, because some of these deals, like you said, they're crazy. And now the money, we also covered. The salary cap is funny. You can do weird math. The money's not real money. A lot of it's not guaranteed. People should only look at the guaranteed money in these deals, not the total value of the deal, because you can always cut the guy and get out of it sooner. But there's some crazy money going down right now. You mentioned 45 for Kenneth Walker. I found a running back that got more than that. Travis Etienne's over $50 million with the Saints.
Wow, Etienne went to the Saints. Okay,
I didn't. I was trying to the Saints, and that's going to displace Alvin Kamara. Who you have Kamara? Don't you just ride out Kamara at the end? Why you got to bring in Etienne and now they're going to trade Kamara?
Who's the rookie there? Who's the rookie behind Kamara? Yeah, wasn't there a good rookie? Yeah, I felt like there's somebody good behind Kamara.
Kamara's the quarterback. Shuck, he's been good.
He was fun last year. Yeah, it's a lot of money. And I'm kind of like looking down the list, like Seahawks re-sign Rashid, which is great. Bills, Dawson Knox. Like, I feel like you're just kind of like going through the motion here. But I guess, I don't know. What else do you like from all these moves?
It's more things I don't like. I don't like the Bills had one opportunity to make an upgrade at receiver. And we talked about A.J. Brown on this show being the nice big body. A.J. Brown's still in Philly. And the Bills went for DJ Moore.
I
Moore
know.
did not have a good year in Chicago. He kind of fell off as Caleb kind of got hot throughout the year. Plus, he has a huge cap hit of $19 million a year. I don't like that move for Josh Allen and the Bills unless they can keep adding receivers.
Yeah, they got to add somebody else. I feel like DJ Moore is actually really good. Like, for the time he's been a Bear, that man has caught a lot of balls and a lot of yards from a lot of different bad quarterbacks. So I feel like he's like decent enough. Because I feel like on my fantasy team, I remember him being really good. I'm like, how is he so good on such a shitty team? So,
But what's he going to be on a good team with Josh Allen? Maybe he won't be as good.
I feel like he might be the best wide receiver in that room. That's how bad their wide receiver is.
Yeah, it's him and Shakir. It is a bad room. What else don't we like so far?
What about
the Steelers? I don't know what they're doing. They don't have a quarterback, but they added Pittman. They let Gainwell go, I think.
Yeah. What about the Lions signing Pacheco?
I didn't know that happened.
Yeah.
Pacheco, ever since he tore that ACL, it's like he lost his ability. He's trying to run fast and he can't move his feet fast enough, right?
Patriots signed Romeo Doubs.
He got a big deal from the Pats. Now the Pats, I want to say, moved on from Stephon Diggs, right? They moved on.
Yes, he was cut from the team. He's done.
The Seahawks just lost another player, their Pro Bowl cornerback, Reek Woolen. And this is an issue for the Seahawks. Any team that wins the Super Bowl, you have a brain drain the next year because all your free agents do get overpaid because everyone is sitting back watching the playoff run, watching the Super Bowl saying, oh, I want that guy. I want that guy. Of course, Kenneth Walker made more money because he played in the Super Bowl. Of course, all these Seahawks like Tarek Woolen, Boy Mafe, Kobe Bryant, literal starters on their defense are moving on and getting paid by other teams.
Yeah, it's gonna be a tough year. I still think what my prediction, which I know a lot of people jumped on afterwards, probably will listen to the show. We had the Bears and the Jags going pretty deep, maybe winning the Super Bowl this year. And I still think
have futures on them.
I have futures on them. I just don't know if the Chiefs always scare me. And then it's also like, well, do the Chargers get it? Is this their year? Can the Chargers do anything? I don't think the Chargers have signed anybody so far.
They signed a lot of Dolphins. Mike McDaniel, the Chargers offensive coordinator, is bringing in Dolphins offensive linemen. He brought in the fullback. He's going to bring that nice offense to L.A. And so if you trust Justin Herbert more than Tua, maybe the Chargers offense is clicking this year.
Yeah, I mean, I could see that. I mean, I'm really trying to think because I was talking to our mutual friend. I said, when are we going to Vegas? I was getting excited seeing all these picks move around and people getting traded.
We're going for the enhanced games is the answer, right?
Well, I still didn't get an email back from Enhanced Games. I'm probably gonna have to buy a ticket and go, but I want to go back in July and I want to enter the Super Contest.
Oh,
and
wow.
I'm ready. I'm ready this year.
You're starting that already?
It's
too early to commit to that.
It's coming so fast. Next month's April, then we have May, June, and then we have to go in July. You're talking 4 months from now. I got to get mentally prepared for what's about to happen. I'm ready.
That is true. That is true. I do like the Romeo Doubs for New England. Maybe they're restacking properly. One more thing I want to mention is Jerry Jones and the Cowboys have been quiet, and that's a good thing because we said teams are spending too much money. Jerry got outbid for Max Crosby. He didn't overpay for it. I really appreciate that he did that. But Mike, one of my favorites, what are you going to say about Jerry?
Yeah, I was going to say something about Dak. He just cut off his wedding that was supposed to happen in Italy this year.
That is a scandal city. I'm glad you let us into that. So Dak has called off his wedding with his fiance, or maybe the fiance called off the wedding with Dak. I have a TMZ report here, actually. Things came to a head with a blow-up argument at their joint bachelor and bachelorette parties in the Bahamas, and Sarah Jane called it off. Now, what stands out to you about that sentence?
I thought it was because he was cheating on her.
I don't have that in the TMZ report.
That's what I saw online, that there was an infidelity problem and they tried fixing it. And she's like, oh, it's okay. That's what I heard that was going on. And they already had two kids.
They have two kids. I was going to say that too. That's an issue. But the red flag, I didn't know about the whole cheating. Cheating is a red flag in a relationship.
Sure,
we'll say that. Maybe the biggest one. The thing I didn't like in the TMZ report is the joint bachelor and bachelorette parties. I can't think of anything on earth lamer, more awful than a joint bachelor-bachelorette. It's not because you're going to go cheat on your spouse. I'm not saying that at all. It's just so you can let loose, party with your friends, maybe from your past, the ones who got you there, the ones who knew you before you met your spouse, so you can reminisce all the things that come with a bachelor-bachelorette party. The spouse is not involved. And Sarah Jane and Dak did it to themselves because I feel like if they didn't have the joint bachelor-bachelorette party in the Bahamas, they're still getting married in a month.
Oh, okay, you think they would have. I
Yeah.
think it was like her saying, we have to do it together because I don't want you to cheat on me kind of thing. Like, if we do this together, there's no way you're cheating because I'm going to have eyes on you the entire time.
If that's the requirement for the bachelor party, probably shouldn't be getting married, which it sounds like she realized.
I agree. And I think the joint party is the wedding. You don't have to have two joint parties of the party that's already going to the wedding. You just have to have one separate party for guys and girls. That's all you need.
Mike, what if I announce I'm getting married and I'm really excited to invite you to my bachelor party, but my fiance and her girlfriends are also going to be there every step of the way? How do you feel about it?
I would call a mutual friend and I would talk shit about you and say, what's wrong with Jeremy? What does she have on him? Should we try to save him? That's what it would probably be happening.
So maybe Dak won in the end. He got saved.
I guess he won. He's out of it.
Crazy story. And no prenup, nothing, because he never got married. By the way, we're talking about all these NFL free agency moves, and I saw a tweet that called out to me. It really describes you really well, and so I wanted to share it with you.
Sure.
This is from a guy named Liam Blutman at Barstool. I don't know if you follow Liam.
No.
He's pretty funny.
He
goes, I kind of want to ignore every NFL free agent signing and be surprised at where everyone is at when week 1 starts. What a rush that would be.
Yeah.
And that is actually what Mike is going to do, because Mike is present on this show in March.
Yeah.
But something happens between March and September where he does forget all the free agency moves.
You can ask me
I don't know. We always play the game like the week before the season. Like, do you know where this guy plays? And you always go like 2 for 7.
Yeah.
So maybe we shouldn't play this year and just like turn on Red Zone week 1 and like just be surprised at everything going on. Like, oh, he's quarterback there. Oh, he's Travis Etienne, the Saints. That's amazing.
Can I say last year the moves last year were so big. There were so many moves left, like quarterbacks moving, everybody moving. This year right now, pretty tame. Like, the 2 big guys that you'd actually play in fantasy, like a Mike Evans and a Kenneth Walker, maybe. And Malik Willis, maybe he's going to, but that's it. No one's going to have Gino Smith in their fantasy. I don't need to know where Gino Smith is playing. I feel bad for all the
Malik Willis
Jets
is fantasy relevant. The Dolphins haven't had a fantasy relevant quarterback in so long. I'm
sure.
happy.
Yeah, if he can run a little, I think he could be good. He'll be good
the
for
best
you guys.
running quarterback in the NFL. I need you to dispute that because I don't think anyone's beating him.
I'll have to watch some tape over the offseason and see how he does.
But it's crazy. All these moves have happened already. NFL free agency officially starts on Wednesday, the day after we record this, when they'll be officially done. There'll be more moves. Kyler Murray still has to go somewhere. There's a few more shoes to drop. Steph Diggs, AJ Brown.
Do we want to talk where he will go? Kyler Murray? Do you have any feelings where he's going to go?
Minnesota looks like a front door. We reported exclusively last week they're going to move on from JJ, and it seems like Kyler could slide right in there.
It just kind of seems, I mean, I was telling you last week, I think he's now underrated, right? Like, I feel like he shifted because he's like, oh, he kind of sucks. He's this, he's that. Now it's like he's a deal. Get him on a deal. He can run around. He can kind of throw the ball. Sometimes you just need a new spot. Minnesota seems a little dicey. I don't know if that's like a place you want to go right now. It feels like
Really? Justin Jefferson? Kevin O'Connell?
I know, but it just feels like the team is like disorganized. Like, how could you make the decision to go with JJ? Like, what runs through your mind and let go of Sam Darnold? Like, that's a big mistake. And even bigger because he won the Super Bowl. That's what's crazy to me.
That's fair. And their GM got fired like after the Super Bowl in a weird timing thing. Like you did so bad with the Sam Darnold thing, you're fired. We'll see what that happens. But like another sign the Jets are tanking is Kyler Murray is available for the veterans minimum that Tua is. And they already went for Gino. They already said like, no, we don't want Kyler. We want Gino.
Which is crazy.
And you start to look around the league, there's not a lot of teams that still need a starting quarterback one. Now that the Jets and the Dolphins have figured out. Is Rodgers coming back? Is he going to hold him hostage all offseason again?
I don't think he's going to come back. If he does come back, they still got to have somebody back there. I know they have a rookie. I'm trying to think of other spots that quarterbacks could go, but that's kind of
So Raiders are going to take the rookie, so you know that. You're looking around.
Brissett's the starter.
He's going to be the starter in Arizona. They signed Gardner Minshew to be the backup. It's like you're the backup to the backup, and the backup's the starter. Like they have 2 backups and no starters.
It's bad. That's bad. I don't know what's going on.
Your team has Sam Darnold. You're all set for life.
We're all set. We're good. We got wide receivers. We got everybody. We're good to go. Just
you lost everyone on defense, so just work on that.
Yeah. It's not going to be a good year, but we'll see what happens.
Yeah.
All right, check out our Substack. Go to sportshangover.substack.com. Go there. Everything's link in bio. Watch us. Emails with the show right in your inbox or your podcast player. Super easy to get to. Also, email us, the Sports Hangover Podcast at Gmail. I know it's long. I'll make a shorter one. But for right now, that's the email. Email us there. And we'll be back. Hopefully, no big surprises because I don't think anything else is really going on unless the Raiders trade away their first round pick. That would be the biggest
if they
surprise.
do that for Lamar, we'll be here.
We'll do an emergency podcast.
If Lamar or Joe Burrow for number 1 overall, we'll do a podcast from anywhere in the world we're at.
How
that moment.
How much would you have to get Joe Burrow for? You'd have to give more than first round, right?
Like 4 first round.
4 first rounds, even after all those injuries? What about
if Max Crosby's 2, then he's automatically 4.
Really? What about 2 first rounds and 2 third rounds?
It's probably not getting done. A team will beat you.
Not getting done. Okay.
It
feels like a good deal.
Minimum.
But you kind of have to restart. It's kind of like if we give up Joe Burrow, that's it, basically.
Should Lamar Jackson be worth the same package? Probably.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, yeah, right? I mean, now they have a lot of first round picks, right? They could just give away 2 first round. They could give away 3 first round picks. Easy.
Yeah, they have a lot.
Maybe they're loading up. All right, good.
We'll see.
All right, we'll find out next week. All right, good show. See you.